Gary?
All right, thank you. Hey, Todd.
Yeah.
If people could look back on this year and strip aside the record, what would you like them to remember, to know about this defense, and especially about the season that Miles has had?
I think the biggest thing is obviously we've played a lot of young kids and guys with not much experience, and they've gained experience as the seasons went on, and I think they've gotten better. That's the biggest thing. I think our assistant coaches have done a good job of developing some of these younger guys to get better as the season comes along. I think that's the number one thing. And then obviously Miles is playing at a very, very high level. He has been, we joke with him, there's only 2 plays a game that we have a problem, and he's played well for, 13 games. So, I think he's really found a home. Obviously, he's playing well, and it's something to obviously look forward to in the future for a Jaguar fan.
And would you be disappointed if Miles didn't get some postseason recognition in terms of all pros, things like that?
Yeah, I think he's playing at that level, but you also got to understand, obviously, where we're at as a team. And, a lot of those accolades don't come for guys that are not on successful football teams. We've seen that in 16. We were extremely good in defense in 2016. Nobody went to the Pro Bowl. We got a little bit better in 17. We had 7 guys or 5 guys go. So I think the winning is some of it, but he is playing well enough to be on some of those teams, yes.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Gary. All right, let's go to John Shipley and then John Reed.
Hey, Coach. I know you talked about it a little bit last week, but how encouraging is it to see Caleb Vaughn just continue to look more comfortable? It looked like he had a few new moves that he used against the Titans that really helped him affect the quarterback.
Yeah, like we said, we knew when we drafted him that it was going to be a work in progress, and he comes into the building and works and studies. He's a real joy to be around. I really, have obviously grown very fond of KC as an individual and as a player. So you're seeing development with him. And the same thing, give credit to Rebs and Stukes and those guys for continuing to work with him and seeing his development. And I think, once again, he's going to be a player that's going to make a lot of impactful plays in the future.
Do you feel as if a pass rusher is one of those positions that maybe it's a little harder to make a quick jump from college to the pros?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And there's usually a direct correlation. If they've had a lot of success and a lot of numbers in college, you're going to have some good numbers in the NFL. But we knew he had the skill set. He didn't have a lot of great numbers in college, but we knew he had the skill set. And I think that's going to continue to develop. But it's tough to go from college to the NFL and be an elite rusher, obviously, your first year. People do it, but it's not very common.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yep, you bet.
Thanks, John. Let's go to John Reed and then Mark Long.
How you doing, Coach?
Good.
You won't have Trey Herndon this week, but can you just talk about having so many guys in that secondary from one week to the next? I mean, it's like one injured, one come back. What has that been like? And have you lost count?
Yeah, when we got the news yesterday about Trey, we put the depth chart up there and trying to figure out, who can come up off the practice squad and all that kind of stuff. But, each week, we've been rotating guys in and out, and, guys are getting hurt and coming back and so forth and so on. But I think it's a credit to them. Every one of them works. So that when we make a decision to get them up, they usually come up, and they've been playing well for us. But it's just that kind of year. I think that that position group has really been hit, and it's usually one position group a year that gets hit for some ungodly reason. But I'm excited about watching these younger guys play again. It's going to be a great challenge with the wide receivers that we're going to face, and they'll come out and compete regardless of what numbers out there.
And will Clay Brooks move into Trey's spot, or could you say that who's going to play that spot?
If Trey doesn't play, then Josiah Scott has been playing the nickel spot when situations need be. But he will get some snaps in there. There's no doubt. We need to have 2 nickels if Trey's not playing on Sunday. So he'll take some there, inside and outside. Yes.
Thank you, Coach.
You betcha.
Thanks, John. Let's go to Mark Long and then Brian Sexton.
Washer, how much credit do you get for that spin move that Chase on dropped out there?
It's funny. He did it on practice. I think it was on Tuesday that week, or no, excuse me, Wednesday. And I was like, well, hey, you're finally coming out, and you're changing things up a little bit. But that's all KC. He had that move in college, but he kept staying with the same move over and over for the first 10 weeks, and now he's bringing something out of his toolbox. So, it's a credit to him. He's trying new things to, be the best player he can be.
And then secondly, obviously you guys face Deshaun Watson twice a year, but I don't think Watson's even close to what Lamar Jackson presents. How do you guys even come close to simulating that in practice?
We got a wideout playing quarterback this week in practice. But at the same time, we were joking. I said we should go in walkthrough mode and let the quarterback just play normal speed, and then that's what it's going to be like on Sunday, because he is extremely fast, and he can hurt you. It's supposed to be a drop back pass, and he's going to run for 40 or 50. So, but we got a wide receiver playing quarterback for us, giving us a real good look. And, but the first series, it's going to be different because he plays at a totally different level than anybody else in this league.
Thank you, sir.
You betcha, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Why don't you bring it home, Brian?
Todd, what do you have to do to give yourself a chance against him? What's at the top of the to-do list for your guys to give themselves a chance to not have him run wild?
As a pass rush unit, we cannot get behind him. We've talked about that all week. If you get past him, his set points at 8 yards, it's really 8.3, but 8 yards, and we can't get deeper than that. If he can step up and get out through the B gaps, he's killing teams doing that. So that's got to be the point of emphasis. And if we ain't disciplined as a rush group in a drop back pass, he's going to hurt us. So that's going to be very important. In the run game, I think we have to have multiple guys responsible for him when he gets on the perimeter. And obviously it's tough. Anytime the quarterback carries the ball in the run game, you're a guy short unless you take a safety out of the hole. So somebody's got to be a dual reader someplace on your defense. So we're trying to work that where we can maybe try to get the ball, if it's a read option, where it's a give read instead of a keep. We got to try to limit the number of carries he gets.
Thanks, Washington.
You bet.
Thanks, Brian. All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Oh, all right. Thank you, fellas. I don't know if I'll see it. Will I see him next week? Wednesday. All right. If not, Merry Christmas.